insane situation just happened. Jaiden Animations found out what literally every single one of us could have told her for years. I'm pretty sure having ADHD is literally a requirement to be a YouTuber. But Jaiden Animations just dropped. I found out I have ADHD. And to much of all of our surprise, of course, this was the biggest twist in Jaiden lore, probably of all time. So we are jumping right into it. We're gonna see what this is all about. And as someone who is very, very, very ADHD, as I'm sure none of you could have guessed, you know, this will be my coming out story. I also have ADHD. I know. Sit down, guys. It's crazy to think about. But honestly, this is a very real situation, a very real thing that I think a lot more people have now, especially with the rise of social media and shit. People just sitting, scrolling through TikTok at light speed. So we're jumping into this. Let's see what it's all about.
Do you ever think to yourself, man, why is it so hard for me to just do the things I need to do?
Bro, you have the list. Okay, dude, I was literally just rambling for the last 28 minutes, fighting with Chad about absolute nothingness. Nothingness, I tell you. Nothingness. 28 minutes. Because you were gaslighting me into discussions I didn't want to have. Yes, I have that exact issue.
And focus, and remember things, and manage.
Dude, don't remind me about taxes. Dude, you know when there's something that you desperately need to do? So you just, the worst thing is, and this is probably gonna be relatable to a whole grand total of none of you. You have like 4 things you need to do that day, all right? You need to stream, you need to make a thumbnail, you need to pay your taxes, and you need to call your mom, okay? Those are the 4 things you need to do today. And you'll be sitting there by your computer, getting ready because you need to do all 4 of those things today. And you'll be like, all right, what should I do first? Oh, I should call my mom now, get it over with. No, I should do my taxes. I need to fucking do that. IRS is gonna fucking bend me over backwards and spank me red. Oh, no, I should just stream to get it past it because I'll be too tired to stream. No. And then you end up delegating and discussing for 4 hours in your mind, internal monologues, and you end up doing none of those 4 things. Tell me that's not the most relatable thing in the universe. Oh, God. Me every time.
And manage my time, and be organized, and remember things, and not get sidetracked. Ha! Yeah, me neither. When I was a kid, I was pretty much the picture-perfect depiction of a good student. I was well organized, always turned in my work on time, got good grades. I even did my homework on Fridays instead of procrastinating until Sunday night.
Bro, she was an android. She ain't no way.
Sure, I didn't like studying and found it hard to focus during it, but who didn't? Saying all those qualities put together, that doesn't sound like the brain of someone with any kind of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, does it?
I can tell she's foreshadowing something, but I don't know what it is.
I was well behaved, didn't feel like I struggled much in school, and didn't—
Dude, honestly, my issue was I did well in school without paying attention. This was like the biggest issue for me. I know that sounds like the biggest flex in the universe, but I did well in school because I studied everything purely for the tests. It's like, all right, bro, I'll tell you what the French exam looks like in freaking ice-capped Montreal, okay? The French exam in 11th grade is it's a government proctored exam where you're allowed to have 1 index card of notes to take with you to the exam. My exam was on like internet privacy or some shit. And I guessed what the essay I would need to write on the topic would be. So I toiled the day before to write the entire essay in super tiny on my 1 little fucking index card. I would take it into class, and the question that they would ask for the essay was exactly what I prepared, and I just copied it down there. Did I learn French? Not well enough. Not well enough. The point is, I was really good at getting great marks, metagaming the fucking tests. That's a bingo. Is that how you say it? Bingo?
didn't cause any trouble.
True.
That is, up until I moved out of my parents' house for the first time to go to college. Gradually, I started slipping. I began skipping classes a bit when I just didn't feel like going.
Damn, that didn't work out for her.
Wait until the last moment to start classwork, and lost a lot of motivation because I wasn't interested in any of my schoolwork.
True. For me, it was like, I wasn't interested in the schoolwork in high school. I think high school was my my biggest fucking dark void. It was a nightmare. I didn't care about anything I was doing. Like, you don't understand. For me, studying for an exam was time I could have better spent playing Yu-Gi-Oh, okay? I wanted none of that shit. And I just studied everything that to do for exams, and I would do well. Like, I would get straight A's on everything because I would metagame it.
But overall, even though it was pretty out of character for me, I chalked it all up to the fact I was simply over going to school. At the same time, my YouTube was really kicking off.
Oh, bro, that's it. That's literally it. School has no part in your future anymore. Fuck that, bro.
And all I wanted to do was that. Of course I wasn't gonna be as good of a student when the silly YouTube videos were doing numbers. I finished a single year of college and convinced my parents to let me take a gap year to see where this YouTube thing can take me.
Aw, dude, that's so wholesome. Aw, I love supportive parents. Supportive parents are my favorite gender.
The gap year turned into me never going back. I'm a college dropout. So great, I've eliminated the
Every good YouTuber is a college dropout. Change my mind. Every good YouTuber is a college dropout, and I will not hear otherwise. Bro, Jaiden Animations has posted one video this month, okay? Just one. She's posted one video in the last 4 weeks, okay? Literally one video in the last 4 weeks. And despite that, she has over 15 million views on her channel. For those of you at home, that's probably over $50,000, okay? Now I'm just spitballing here, just thinking here a little bit, but you know.
Boring school part of my life that
Charlie graduated? Yeah, but he graduated arts. Graduating arts is worse than being a college dropout.
weighs me down. Now I can go back to being organized with my new exciting passion job, which entails being my own boss.
Yeah! Oh, that's so true. Being your own boss is a blessing and a curse. On the one hand, I can wake up whenever I want. I can make content whenever I want. And I can be lazy whenever I want. No!
And having to manage and assign myself all of my own responsibilities 24/7. Why are the voices not getting quieter? It's almost like everything was going backwards. I was having a much harder time staying organized and focused.
Dude, I love the little visuals. I love the little Family Guy reference over here. That's awesome.
If I didn't want to do a certain type of work, I would have to shackle myself down in basically an isolation chamber.
So true. This is so real. I feel like whenever I actually have to do something, unless I'm torturing myself, like actually torturing myself to do it, it just doesn't happen somehow. That's why I have like an incredibly regimented schedule, and streaming fits in where I don't have schedule. Wherever I don't have something that I need to do within 2 hours, I just decide, all right, I guess we're just gonna stream. That's why my streaming schedule is so sporadic, because I need to make sure that I have appointments and meetings and all sorts of crazy shit locked in, so I don't just, fly off the rails. Everyone has to know their own mental, okay? Everyone has to know the best way to optimize themselves. And I find the best way to optimize myself is to basically force myself into positions that I can't back out of. And I stream between all of that, you know?
To be able to get it done. If I found a new interest, it was all I could think about. And why is it so easy to suddenly be on your roof watching a YouTube video on how to know when you need new shingles?
God damn, she's so real for that. God, why is she so real for that? Dude, she is straight up the most relatable YouTuber of all time. Yeah, that's just me, min-maxing mental health. I know the best way for my mental to survive is to have appointments.
I really did.
Have you gotten medication? I don't have medication. Again, I don't think my ADHD is like super severe. I just think that it's kind of just there, drawing my attention. It's like, wait a second, but I could watch a 4-hour-long video discussing the fucking conspiracy theories and why they're shit when it comes to archaeological nightmares.
Didn't get it. Child me had it held together more than current me.
Dude, so real. Why is that so real?
What went wrong? I could look back and recognize how
Dude, I love the references, the constant meme references. Dude.
I could look back.
Look at this. This is so good. She's so on the money with every single frame in her video. Oh, God, I love her videos so much. She straight up makes some of the best content on YouTube for sure.
Back and recognize how everything used to be so perfect and easy. Look at tiny Jaden and all her ducks in that row. I used to color code every single binder I owned, and now I don't even know where I placed the 20 bucks I literally just had in my hand 3 minutes ago.
Wow, that's a feel. That feels. That's why I don't carry cash, because it just vanishes. That's why you never carry cash, because cash disappears. Because if I ever have cash, I won't have it by the end of the day, which is why you never carry cash. See, this is what I do. I literally min-max my mental health. I understand my psyche, and therefore I force myself into positions where I don't completely fuck myself in the ass. Hesitation is the feat.
I haven't even left the room. Genuinely, where could it fucking go? Despite feeling like I was downward spiraling for multiple years, I never suspected it could be something related to a genetic neurodevelopmental disorder.
Wow, is that foreshadowing? Is that foreshadowing?
I just thought I wasn't trying hard enough and being lazy or applying myself like.
Dude, I feel like that's a big thing that a lot of people do. It's like, it's so easy to blame yourself. Oh, I am lazy and therefore I am a piece of shit. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that most ADHD cases are not super duper mega ultra severe. Most people with ADHD just kind of have, I don't know, a hard time doing shit. And I think that's me. I have ADHD, but I'm locked in, bro. So I make it. All right. And for a lot of people, that's not the case. I don't know. I'm a very regimented guy, all in all, despite the fact that my streams are literally at all hours of the day. All this was an excuse because I'm streaming right now at 5 in the morning, so you know.
Like I used to. Oh, the woes of turning into an adult, I suppose. Maybe the best years of your life truly are in high school. How upsetting. I didn't even enjoy those either. But then one day I got a text from my brother. I
am literally the happiest I've ever been in my entire life right now. I'm such a lucky guy. What can I say? I'm so lucky, bro.
Got diagnosed with ADHD. Huh. It was a pretty big surprise.
Oh my god. By the way, you think I have ADHD? Holy frick. My brother is a whack job, okay? That dude, oh lord. That guy, he's crazy. He's insane. Guy's actually fucking insane. I don't know why he's not medicated, to be honest.
Surprise for me because growing up, he never really seemed to show any of the typical symptoms you associate with ADHD. You know, people.
No, but the thing is, you don't understand. Sometimes you'll have someone that's literally sitting gooning for 8 hours straight, and you're like, oh, that guy doesn't have ADHD. He was just gooning for 8 hours straight. Meanwhile, in his own head, the party is on. It is a party that doesn't end, bro. Just laying in bed, casually scrolling through Twitter. But in his mind, he is fighting for the Imperium of man.
People would always describe ADHD to me as super hyper kids who would run around the room and scream and generally be a lot. That wasn't my brother. He was quiet and well behaved like I was. But when he started explaining his symptoms, the gears started turning. Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, he sounds exactly like Pokemon's editor. All he's doing is sitting there editing content, but in his mind. All right, let's get off that topic, please.
Yeah, I've always struggled a lot with focusing in school and having things hold my attention when it's boring. But like, I could hyperfixate on things I'm interested in and get really passionate about that stuff. Hearing him talk about his personal symptoms of ADHD made a lot of sense, and I felt very freshly educated on the topic. And you'd think that I would immediately start looking into getting—
No, there's no way. There's no way she gaslighted herself into thinking, huh, that's very similar to me anyway.
A diagnosis for myself, because if you were paying attention, my brother's experiences all sounded very similar to the same struggles I've been having in my own life, but related to work instead of school, because I dropped out. But nope, I was just like, good for you, bro. Happy for you.
Self-diagnosing, it doesn't happen, bro. This is why you can't fucking self-diagnose. Oh my god.
Or I'm sorry, I don't know. Anyway.
I'm happy for you. Or I'm sorry, whatever.
Way back to struggling to simply open up my drawing program as if 2 blocks of iron were welded to my wrists.
Real.
Balance of—
It's like, I'm gonna go stream. Well, I need to take a shit first. All right. I'm done shitting. I'm gonna go stream. Well, I'm kind of hungry now that I've made all that room with that shit, so I'm gonna eat. All right. Time to stream. Well, I kind of need a shit again.
Brain chemicals? Nah, this just happens from time to time. It's normal. Just the laziness kicking in.
Yeah.
I hate Mondays, am I right? Even though I didn't instantly think there was a possibility of me also having ADHD, the mental seed was planted. It's genetic, so I knew subconsciously it ran in the bloodline. It took a few years after my brother was diagnosed for me to really sit down with myself and consider that I, too, could have ADHD.
Dude, I love that she does this the
really
way it's
sit down with myself and—
you know, it's Jaden talking to Jaden on the couch. Because ultimately, therapists are great and stuff and whatever, but you need to be open with yourself. You need to be fucking, you need to look inward, bro. As Iro used to say, introspection is super important. Introspection and meditation and all that shit. And I set aside time in my day for that every single day. And I think it's helped me a lot personally.
Consider that I, too, could have ADHD. Shocking revelation, I know. Foreshadowing, where did you come from? Things in the focus and productivity department were just getting worse and worse. I had the attention span of a cartoon dog, would completely forget things as—
Why is this so real? Why is she so real?
As soon as they entered my head, would hyperfixate on random stuff like an addict. And
dude, why is she so real? Why is she just right? Dude, you don't understand. I've spent hours studying Warhammer lore. A mortal man would have gone crazy. A mortal man would have gone crazy.
There's constant civil war happening inside my head to get one thing done, even though I knew it would only take like 15 minutes.
Dude, why is that so real? Dude, the Shinji pose. Every single one of her videos has so many references, it's insane. But, why is this so real?
You don't understand. It feels like physical torture to make myself sit down and lip sync a simple scene, like most of the time. You know, the thing I've been doing for 10 years at this point.
No, it's just the drive just dies, and the more you can delegate your situation, the more you can delegate to other people doing it instead of you needing to do it yourself. It's like, well, I could just hire someone to do it, and it's torture. It's actual torture to just sit down and do it, bro. As many philosophers and psychologists have said, every action is more difficult in the mind, okay? To prep yourself to do it takes so much more energy than actually just doing it. I'll sit there in front of the go live button for an hour, finding random shit that gets me away from actually just streaming. However, I love streaming. Once I start streaming, I don't want to stop until I'm actually just exhausted. Like, it's crazy. I love streaming, and despite that, it is so difficult to press the go live button because I'll always hyperfixate on something else. And it's an endless cycle of torment and torture. My life will be better if I just didn't have the pre-stream internal monologues.
And am definitely used to doing. And yeah, once I've gotten going, then I'm honed in, and you have to...
That was the Death Note reference. I love it.
Pry me away from it with a crowbar. I'm aware of that part. But nah, I'm still gonna scrap with myself to plant my ass in that chair because I don't even know why at this point. The biggest thing holding me back from feeling like,
the Zoro
I had ADHD has always been the simple memory of being in school and having my shit together. I know.
Damn, that's so real. At what point my life wasn't fucked up? So it must be a motivation problem.
What it feels like to be on top of things and to be organized. I had it all in the palm of my little child hand. I just needed to summon it again with a bit more effort. But
bit more effort and a bit more effort and a bit more effort.
A light switched off in my brain, and suddenly I'm just not capable of the things I used to be, and it feels pathetic. Simple tasks.
Oh, that hurts, dude. She describes these situations in such real terms. Literally such a relatable video.
Are such a mental burden. It feels like I'm out of control but can't do anything about it. So finally, I figured I would try and get myself diagnosed. What did I have to lose? If anything, they just tell me, no, you don't have ADHD.
True!
Try a little harder and stop complaining. And yes, of course it took me like 8 months after deciding to get diagnosed to schedule the actual appointment.
I'm a pro at stuff. I'm a pro at procrastination. That's what I am. Oh, man.
What did you expect? That's like the first checkmark box on the ADHD list. I started seeing a psychologist, and he would ask the typical, do you have a hard time focusing? And I'd go, yeah, like this one time yesterday, and then he
all right, it's over.
Write something down as I continue rambling on this hyper-specific example way too long for a neurotypical person.
God.
I met with him for a few weeks, and then it came down to diagnosis day. The nerves, man. I was so ready for him to say I'm a normal person who needs to
another Evangelion reference?
Suck it up. But instead, he was like, okay, so yeah, you definitely exhibit symptoms of someone with the inattentive type of ADHD and autism. Yippee!
Whoa! Did she just drop that?
My struggles are justified. I'm not crazy. Wait, what was that last part? He explained all the different ways ADHD affects me and the different areas I struggle with compared to others. He even gave me a 37-page document of his conclusions and information on how my brain works. With
Love that. I don't read.
Graphs and pictures. I've read through it all a bunch of times now, and it's already really helped me understand how I tick. I call them the autism docs, but
the autism docs. Oh my god, I can't believe she just dropped that she had a touch of the tism halfway through this video. That's crazy. This sounds fun. Starts crying.
I'm not gonna get into that side of the diagnosis. Let's just brush that one away for now. There's a couple types of ADHD. All right. Hyperactive,
all right, JoJo character.
Inattentive,
JoJo character.
and combined, which is both hyper.
double JoJo character.
Active and inattentive.
Oh, that's just fucked up. Wait, is that even a real thing? I mean, I guess. I didn't know that. You can be hyperactive and inattentively ADHD. Oh, man.
Have hyperactive, inattentive, and combined, which is both hyperactive and inattentive.
Oh, my God.
Hyperactive.
You've created a monster, a chimera. My prison is shame, as the Manticore said in Adventure Time that one random moment.
Is the type people typically go to when they think of a loud kid who can't sit still. People with this kind normally need to fidget, have low patience.
Oh my God, I'm literally playing with my stupid fidget toy right now. I'm normal, I promise.
Talk a lot and have trouble staying seated, especially when they're expected to, like in a meeting or school.
Oh God, oh Lord, that's so annoying. This is why I'm so happy that my job is online. I could be in like this really important meeting with like a bunch of lawyers and fucking corporate guys, and all those guys are like probably wearing suits and shit, and they're all like being all professional, as it says in Rule 34 of the contract. And I'll just be sitting here, like literally just sitting there, half naked, playing with my fidget toy, playing Pokemon at the same time, not really paying attention, just kind of barely living through it. Nux, your lore dives are characteristics of autism. You see, but I have a little thing called selective memory, and I'm not even gonna remember you said that.
Inattentive is the one where someone experiences difficulty in focus, memory, organization, has a low attention span. That's the one I have. It's self-explanatory, but if you have the combined type of ADHD, then you got it all. ADHD jackpot right there, my friend.
That's it, baby. I'm collecting ADHD symptoms like they're fucking Pokemon, ladies and gentlemen.
During the appointments that I used to be such a good kid in school with seemingly zero ADHD symptoms, and how that part has always confused me. And he had a couple hypotheses about it. One, since my mom has always been a big source of my organizational influence, I was
the mom. Dude, the Undertale reference.
Able to depend and lean on her for the majority of my school life for it.
Okay, that was uncanny.
I was able to depend.
This is literally the same as a popular Undertale animation. Not even the actual Undertale game.
And lean on her for the majority.
I have seen this exact pose with Frisk holding her hand in this exact... Okay. What? How? I have to find this. It's gonna drive me insane if I don't find this. All right. Turns out I am not looking through 4 billion Undertale animations to find it. Moving on.
Majority of my school.
Do I have... And here I am saying that I'm not ADHD. All right.
Life for it. I felt like I was naturally capable of staying on top of things because she was right behind me the whole time, reminding me and guiding me through stuff. So when I moved out, everything started crumbling, which lines up pretty perfectly to when I did start struggling. Another explanation he gave was the fact that ADHD affects women differently than men.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which is also less researched. Love to hear
society!
That one. Not only do women tend to be able to mask their symptoms better than guys, so it goes much more unnoticed, but they also experience
So what you're saying is women are sociopaths. All right, all right. What else is new?
ADHD differently.
That was a joke.
And research says there's a chance it can just start affecting women later in life. I'm no ADHD scientist though. That's just what I've been told by specialists. I don't know. I've just got the dang thing. Either way, those two explanations make a lot of sense to me. And have since put my weird ADHD imposter.
See, but the thing is, aside from maybe even, let's say, taking an ADHD medication to get yourself more on track, another thing that's incredibly important is the fact that she's not constantly self-hating anymore. She doesn't constantly blame all of her failures on ADHD, on her laziness. She doesn't blame failures on her being a piece of shit. You know, she isn't just sitting there and constantly putting herself down. She can actually respect herself more because she knows the truth of this. It's actually so wholesome. Understanding the real you is the healthiest way to grow. I don't know.
Syndrome to rest. I didn't really think that getting a diagnosis would change much about how I go about my life, but since getting my ADHD certificate and lollipop, it's completely revolutionized how I think and go about getting things done.
It's actually kind of wholesome.
It's still hard to get my ass into gear when I need to do one normal thing that's not difficult, but I'm much less hard on myself and will strike almost like these kinds of mental deals to loophole.
Would you like to make a deal? I will give you the ability to stream on time today, and even go to sleep on time. All you have to do is procrastinate calling your mom and watering your flowers.
Pull myself into getting things done. Like, for example, if I really don't want to edit a video, I'll say to myself, Okay, I know it's gonna be super hard for me to immediately start that task, so I'll get myself into the mindset of getting things done by doing a simple other task I don't find difficult, like cleaning my room. That way, I'll feel productive and can...
I love how cleaning your room is like objectively more annoying. Like, the greatest example in the universe. I like streaming way more than I like washing dishes, okay? I love streaming. I really do. I love making content. I like streaming way more than washing dishes. That said, I'll be sitting there ready to stream and they'll be like, I should really wash the dishes right now. And I'll do it. Just because it's not the thing that I really should be doing, it just makes it easier somehow. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And it never will.
Transition that into...
God, why is my mind an enigmatic rabbit hole? Venturing down to the Lovecraftian void from whence Azathoth sleeps.
The original task much easier. It doesn't always work, but it's the mindset change and...
See, but it's so much is the mindset change. You have to know your own mind and make deals with yourself and work with yourself and figure out the best way that works for you. You gotta know yourself. You gotta know you before you try to fix you. I don't know. I feel like that's pretty basic, but also at the same time, just like super important. I don't know. Maybe that's why I meditate and shit. Working out, meditating, like it helps you understand yourself better. And once you understand yourself and your flaws, you can work on how to, you know, max your mental health, you know?
Overall understanding that sometimes I'm gonna have to go about things in different ways, that's helped me a lot. Also, after being diagnosed with ADHD, I didn't have much desire to get medicated. I figured just knowing I have it would be enough to get things into gear, and I didn't really need medication that badly. But the content creator in me also thought, well, if I'm...
Oh, no! The Mr. Beast video just dropped. I gave 100 ADHD people different medications to see which one made them the most optimized. Today we're dropping 100 medicated ADHD orphans in a ring, and the first one to sumo wrestle the rest out of the ring wins a free life prescription for Adderall.
Gonna write a script about having ADHD. It would be nice to be able to talk about what it's like to be medicated.
The YouTuber in me, oh my god.
Even just for a day.
You don't understand. That is the YouTube mindset. I have worked so hard to differentiate my real life. I call it my real life. Isn't that cute? From my YouTube life. I try so hard to make a differentiation there. You know, I don't want to get doxxed. I like my privacy, all that shit. But also, like, if I'll get into a car accident or something, I am so tempted to immediately tweet out, hey guys, I just got into a car accident. You know, thankfully I haven't really gotten into any bad car accidents. But like, for example, as just an example, it's so hard in the beginning, but it becomes so much more beautiful because at some point, everything in your life could just become for content. And that is so toxic. It's so dangerous. It's like, well, I really shouldn't do this, but I can get a video out of it.
So I got prescribed good old classic instant release Adderall. Instant release means I don't have to take it every day. I can just take it when I need to get stuff done. It affects me.
Yo, that's actually so dope. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Immediately, and then wears off after a few hours.
Bro, I literally did not even know that was a thing. What the fuck?
There's also extended release, which is the kind you take every day and gives you a constant, steady stream of medication. It wasn't until I had the Adderall in my hands when I realized the idea of taking it for the first time made me nervous.
Dude, she's so wholesome. I feel like you so much can relate to this video. It's so hard to take that first step. But again, the mind is so much more difficult than the actual action. The mindset is always the hardest.
Like, what is this thing gonna do to me? I have so many friends with ADHD. Honestly, a higher ratio than friends without it. That's how it goes in content creation.
So true. I'm telling you, every YouTuber has ADHD until proven otherwise. The same way the Wendigoon hater crazo thought that everyone in Appalachia is a racist until proven otherwise, which obviously is the most bigoted shit I've ever heard in my life. However, every content creator probably has ADHD until proven otherwise. If you I would assume.
All these MFs have it. They were all telling me that it's awesome, how you'll take it and immediately feel like a god, and you can do anything, and it's incredible. And yeah, that sounds great, but also like, what the hell? What do you mean I take this little pill and suddenly all of my problems seemingly disappear and I gain superpowers?
Nah.
That's scary. That sounds like the thing every adult in a 20-mile radius warned us about when we were kids. Am I gonna feel like a completely different person? I don't know if I'm ready to experience immortality. I put off taking Adderall for so long because I was
Did she just put the pill in her pocket?
irrationally scared of the tiny blue pill, but coincidentally, I really needed to get a script done. If I take too long to write a video script, then the team runs out of work to do.
True, that's so real. My my editor does this sometimes. Like, he'll say, hey, I edited all the stuff already. Get me the new video to work on. It's all already edited. And I'm like, guys, don't worry. I'll get it to you eventually. He's like, no, get it to me now. I don't want you to get it to me later and be like, hey, can you get this ready in like 2 hours? No. Get it now. Build a backlog. And I'm like, a backlog? What the fuck's a backlog?
And then I have a bunch of people sitting around and waiting for me to give them more
Oh, God, why is this so real? Why is this so real?
work so they can pay their bills and survive and stuff. But for the freaking life of me, I just could not get myself to sit down and write that script. My body and soul found it mentally easier to backflip off a bridge than write words on the computer. After literally 2 months of my brain going...
Because it's more than just the work and the necessary. Sometimes when you have something that you need to do something and inherently makes you want to not do it, or maybe that's just me and my fucked up mental health. Whenever there's something I feel like I need to do, I just don't want to do it more. But that said, when it comes to writing a script, there's so much in the balance. What if I just do it because I need it to be done and not because it's actually going to be good? What if it's not passionate enough and people know that, and therefore the video's not going to perform as well, and therefore I'm not going to make as much money, and therefore I'm not going to be able to pay my editors as much, and therefore it spirals out of control. You're living out of a cardboard box on Skid Row, okay? And there's always that looming fear. I don't know if this is an ADHD thing or it's just a random Nuxanor mental handicap thing, but for me, consequences are everywhere. Everywhere! Everything has consequences. You don't understand. When I'll react to a video on a stream, I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna react to this video. It's gonna take me 40 minutes to react to this video. It's gonna end up being a 30-minute video on the Nuxanor channel. If it doesn't perform well enough, then that's gonna make my channel do a little worse in the algorithm. If it does a little worse in the algorithm, the next video is not gonna do as well. If the next video is not gonna do well, the fucking revenue is gonna go down. I'm gonna have to pay my editors, obviously. I can't let them fucking starve because of me. And if that happens, and if a channel falls off and it dies because I reacted to this one fucking video that one time that ruined my life, and literally everything is like that.
Ooh, you better write that script. I won't let you enjoy a single moment of your life if you aren't writing that script.
True.
I don't wanna. Get up, go to the bridge. After that constant loop, I finally swallowed my fears and took my first Adderall. I had talked to James a lot about what Adderall is like since he's been on it for a few years now.
Hey.
And after I took one, I was messaging him like, I did it. I ate an Adderall. How
I Adderalled myself. Oh no.
long does it normally take to start? How do I know? What do I do? And he was helping me a lot and giving me tips. Then, like 20 minutes later, I felt it.
The voices are quiet. The voices are quiet. Oh my god, bro, what is going on?
All the non-stop thoughts going on in my brain went silent. I could think clearly and in like a line. My mind wasn't racing a mile a minute. I was able to sit behind my laptop and write. It was—
Dude, I feel like this video is an actual masterwork for people that are having a hard time accepting the idea that they need to take medication. Like an actual masterwork. This could be literally fucking given in college, okay? This could be given— psychiatrists and therapists should show this videos to patients that aren't willing to, you know, actually do this shit. Actual post-Nux clarity moment.
It was incredible. I was messaging all my friends about it the
oh my god.
entire time. I can write my script and not—
What?
get distracted. I don't have to take a mental break every 10 minutes. I can remember things. Kelsey sent me a message and I thought, I'll check that in a bit. And I remembered to check it in a bit. And
oh my god, dude, when I get a message, I just leave it there and just never check. I get so many messages, and I get them while streaming, so it's not like I can properly respond. So then I leave the notification on my phone. Oh God, I'm so fucking insane now that I watch these videos and I actually talk about this shit. But I'm crazy, okay? I'll get a message and I won't be able to respond now, okay? Because I'm streaming or whatever. So I leave the notification alive on my phone. I leave it on my phone so that I see it later. But the issue is I get more notifications from other people, and I'll have 40 notifications on my phone, different tabs on Discord and WhatsApp and text messaging and the freaking Twitter DMs and everything on the planet with a massive 35 notifications. I have 6 email accounts logged into my phone, and I will get emails on all of them. And then, you know what? After I finish the stream, I'm gonna look at my phone and the 40 notifications, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna click on any of them! None of them! Because there's too many, and it's a daunting task! And I just don't answer messages. People think I'm an asshole, you know?
Spawned. When I opened a new tab to look something up, I didn't go down a random unrelated rabbit hole. I picked up my phone to check something and didn't impulsively scroll Twitter for an hour. I can write words so easily. How am I doing this? What do you mean I can feel like this whenever I want if I just...
I've seen the face of God, and it was a little blue pill from my pocket.
Eat the tiny blue pill. I refuse to believe regular people can function like this on a day-to-day basis. No way. It wouldn't be fair. You guys don't have loud, non-stop voices in your heads preventing you from doing normal things? Come on, just admit it. You can't pick something up and immediately keep remembering
why is this real? Why is this so real?
what you were supposed to be doing with it. You always forget and feel crazy. Come on. Come on. I was so...
Wait, do people actually not do that? That's like an ADHD thing, or is that like, that's like an everybody thing? Like, come on. Come on. Oh, why is this so real? Oh my God.
Suspicious that on Adderall, either nothing would happen and I just wouldn't feel anything, or I would feel like I'm a totally different person experiencing some higher than life manic episode. But no, I just felt like myself, but with my shit together. And that's the part
That's so crazy. I
couldn't believe. After 2 months of war, I finally was able to plant myself down and write my damn script.
And you know what that means? We'll be getting 3 Jaiden Animations videos every single week, guys. Sit down, buckle up, lock in. Oh, that was a joke.
You want to know what script I wrote while experiencing Adderall for the first time?
Is it this one?
This one.
Did not see that one coming.
I was struggling to write a script about ADHD, and the thing that finally pulled it out of me was Adderall. Come on, you gotta admit that.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, I see the irony.
That's funny. Yeah, it was great. I didn't think my head was loud before, or I was that impulsive, or had that hard of a time focusing.
It's dragging itself with its feet.
But now that I've been able to peacefully sit in one spot for hours and not need to take a break or check social media or get distracted by some stupid tangent I don't actually care about, yeah, this changes things. I still can't believe what I was able to accomplish. Writing a script in 3 hours.
Wow, that's crazy, dude. Oh my God, that's wild.
Compared to my typical 12 hours, aka one mediocre thing with no struggle at all. And you want to know what I did right after I wrote this script? I immediately got up and cleaned the bird's room without rotting in bed for 3 hours beforehand.
Oh my God, is that what being a normal person is like? There's no way.
I just went from one task to another.
That doesn't
without
happen.
Thinking about it.
That's impossible. Normally you have to take a shit in between and scroll YouTube. What is this sorcery?
All you neurotypical people must be thinking,
okay, all right, that's a slur, bro. I don't want to hear that N-word, bro.
I'm literally pathetic and useless, but I know my ADHD brethren are out of their chairs right now hearing.
Dude, honestly, real. This is literally me right now. I refuse to believe someone can finish a task and then do another task. So for me, my personal loophole, the way I do this, I'm an incredibly busy person. I probably work for my whole day, every day. I don't take breaks in general, unless they're taking a shit, which is why I shit so much. But the thing is, I set myself appointments. I know that I have I record the podcast at 1:30, and then I have a collab at 3:30, and then I have a meeting at 5:30. And then if you do something like that, you just can't veg out in bed, you know? I'm just saying.
That I'm not standing before you all to give you scientific data and information on ADHD or diagnose you or even promote prescribed drugs. I'm just here to talk about a big and recent experience in my life.
And that's why I love Jaiden animation videos. I love them because they are not crazy, wild, ideological think pieces. They're not propaganda-filled shit piles. They're just a thing that happened to her, and it's beautiful.
How much of an impact and effect it's had on me, and how awesome feeling normal is. Seriously, being able to take a deep breath in mental silence is incredible. Cherish that feeling if you don't have a neurodevelopmental disorder.
I feel a little called out right now, not gonna lie.
It took me 26 years to realize my woes were not actually woes, but symptoms of brain chemical deficiency.
Yeah!
I'm making this video, all things considered, pretty recently after being diagnosed, and I'm still trying to learn how to rebuild.
You have an Among Us figurine next to your Miku plushie? I'm not gonna believe that. I am not gonna. This has to be fake news.
My life in a
The
way.
Pikachu in a suit, I totally subscribe. That's real. The Chico Thingo calendar, I'm with you. But an Among Us figurine? I'm not even gonna buy it. Well, one of these Mikus is an imposter. No way.
That lets me optimize my productivity and get things done at a normal level. But so far, I've come so much further than I thought I could simply by knowing what's going on up there in the old noodle. And Adderall. If you're on the fence about being diagnosed with something, I get it. It's scary. It's scary to think you might have it, and it's also scary to think you might not have it. It's an odd place to be. But for me, having a concrete answer from a professional is what got me to finally stop feeling stuck in place and actually start moving forward again. It's been great. I'm excited to keep learning more things about how my mind works and find new ways to improve my day-to-day life.
That's what it's all about. Little baby steps. Make your life a little bit better every single day. You know, I feel like that's just such a good, wholesome message. Every day, you gotta try to make your little tiny daily life just a little bit better. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that wholesome?
Cheers to getting
Don't fix the world. Don't fix yourself. Just make yourself a little better.
normal shit
The Might Guy experience.
done.
In case you missed it, I have new merch. For a limited time, you can get yourself a new and improved Ari plush and a completely new
very
soft
cute.
Ari jacket. I love both of
very
these
cute.
products, and up until June 23rd, they could be all yours.
Woo! Dude, I love Jaiden videos. They're literally so wholesome. Definitely check out Jaiden. She makes like actually great shit. I'm telling you, she makes videos that are probably some of the most relatable content on the internet, and I love every single one of them. Like, she doesn't miss. It's all bangers. Thanks for being here. Bye. If you made it to the end, click one of these two videos, which also will definitely get me canceled. See you live on Cake. Stay weird, fam.